Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out Hearts2Hearts style dance practice. I've seen the the performance for this choreo, but I did want to see a dance practice. We get a nice kind of like full kind of shot of everything, so it's a little better and stuff like that. I guess it'll allow me to like see more things about how the choreo is moving. Definitely really excited for this. The other Hearts2Hearts kind of performances and dances that I've seen, they've been really good with being in sync and all of that. You feel me? The whole formations, everything. So I'm definitely really excited to see this full thing and in whole. Just a little disclaimer: I'm not a professional dancer at all, so you feel me, with this I'm just going to be pointing out things that looks nice to me. I can't give you any kind of technical kind of thoughts on anything, but yeah, 100% really excited. So let's get into this right here. Okay, I like the kind of turn around right there that they do. Okay, the move they do right there, going with the percussion right there is nice. Yeah, already the nice in sync kind of movements as well. It's crazy. Yeah, love that. Love the kind of like right here, them two on the side kind of doing that kind of flow, you feel me? And then they're all kind of doing that. They're kind of doing it kind of opposite, kind of. You just love the image of that whole thing right there. Looks really nice. Nice. Yeah, even that kind of like sliding right there, kind of movement they do right there with the legs right there, and then they kind of slide in. Nice. Yeah, how they slide in a different formation right there. It's very smooth going in right there as well. Okay, I like the little bounce they do right there. It's nice. Little arm right there as well. And I love, you feel me, how it does like a little switch off right here, with the choreo right here. From like Karma right here, she's singing this right here, going into this right here. And then she kind of ends, they do this kind of move right here, and then all look over to Yeon right here as she kind of starts her part. So like it's a very kind of clever kind of switch off, to like the focus right there. Nice, arm movements they do right there, kind of come in right there. And little kind of steps as well, kind of stepping forward there, kind of onto that. Like move right there, they kind of similar to the kind of move they do in the chase right there. The kind of curve, that's nice right there. The kind of arms going up on the side right there that they do right there. Nice. Like that. Okay. Again, bro, their in sync movements, bro, are scarily good, bro. I don't know what the frick, bro. They're a little too good at that, bro. A little too good at that, bro. Doing that right there, you feel me? Like how they do that. Arms going on, how they kind of move in, the core right there. Nice kind of, opposite kind of thing right there with the arms kind of going out right there, you feel me? And then they kind of, and then they kind of turn into that right there. Yeah, that's very smooth. How you do that. Yeah. And then they kind of do that, do this kind of right there. They do really nice with the kind of images they make with all the kind of different kind of formations and the arms as well. Nice. Like the little turnaround they do, the little groove right there. Going with that. Nice. Nice. You're gonna kind of hop into formation. That's nice. And then love that. Again, really love that move right there. You feel me? How they do that, going with that kind of lyric right there. And make me smile. And then they do that right there. It's nice right there. Love, you feel me? That going with that. Going with that. And then I love the kind of level kind of difference right there. I'm in the middle, kind of, going kind of down, and then they're kind of up right there, and then they kind of go down as they kind of go up right there. It's a nice kind of, kind of something right there. Even that right there, how they do the arm, like, bro, the little hand movement right there is very in sync right here. Love that right there, the little kind of hand choreo they do. With the arm kind of thing. Love that. how they do this right here is so impressive, honestly. They kind of steps as they're kind of moving very, very smoothly, still in sync while they're doing it as well. Changing formation while they're doing it as well. And even the section as they kind of go into this line right here, that's very smooth as June, you feel me, goes from the middle over to this section right here. And they kind of spread out into this line right here. Like, that's so clean. Like, if you're not looking at her feet right there, it looks like she just kind of slides over there, right? It's so interesting. That's so smooth. Nice. Yeah, even that right there. I love the different things that they're doing, you feel me? They're kind of, you know, facing the opposite way, doing the same move right there. And then, you know, all of it's in sync as well. So they're doing it the same kind of, I guess, rhythm. They're doing this move right here, going with that, you feel me? You know how the beat's going and doing that. The little kind of turns they do right there. Very, very nice images they're making with all these kind of different kind of choreo parts right here. Yeah. Like that right there is nice. You know? The kind of pose things they do right there. And they kind of, it's like, let me see. Does that like travel in? That's interesting. Yeah. It kind of travels in. So you can see from the sides right there as they kind of go out and do that kind of move. You have, you feel me, Yeon and Carmen on the opposite side kind of doing this move right there. Then Ju and Yuha kind of do that right there, kind of doing that. And then and Eon kind of does that right there as well. It kind of travels in as they're doing that. I like that. You feel me, going with that kind of sound. Kind of do the kind of same move right there. And then they kind of smoothly go to that kind of formation right there. Very, very interesting. I like that kind of arm movement right there. Go with that. Nice. Yeah, love that. You feel me? Going with the percussion right there. Hand thing to go. Nice. As Yuha, it comes in right here. It's nice. And it's kind of the same thing, but it's different from the first one, right? It's just them three, right? Instead of them all kind of, doing that. They kind of, split off in the section right there. So I like that. It's the same thing. They kind of turn that way, to put the focus on them, kind of doing this right here. It's nice. And they smoothly come back together. Yeah, I like that move that she does with that. Nice. Nice. Love that right there. I love that. You feel me? How they kind of do that. Kind of opposite, right? You feel me? They, they split off in the fours right here. Right there. Kind of mirror each other doing that right there. They, kind of face this way mirrored, and then they kind of go to the other side right there, kind of facing on. Yeah. Really nice. I love the little hop as well they do as well. Let me see if I can pause on the little kind of thing they do there. Let me see. Yeah. Even the kind of, even the levels of, you feel me, the way they're jumping and how they land as well. Very, very in sync. Yeah. Because they were, slightly different levels in terms of, like, I guess, like the height that they were jumping at. Right? So I feel like right here, it's very hard to kind of catch it right here. Let me say right here. Yeah. It's like the height is like slightly different, but the way they land is very in sync. So I think they do really nice with, I guess, the timing on which they're able to, all go down at once, right? Even, you feel me, the leg movement they do right there. With that, so you can. It's like, you can hear it as well as their foot is hitting the ground. They're very, very in sync with that, right? Love that move right there. Nice. I like how they do that, you feel me, the little step kind of formation, different on this one as well. Now they kind of, separate to the side right here, doing this. And I like, you feel me, as they do that, they're also doing that still, that still kind of same movement. You feel me, that kind of. Yeah, but they do it, you feel me, facing that way. Love that, 100%. And then they go back into this. Even the little turn, you feel me, as they're doing a little step right there. Love that. And kind of arms kind of going out right there. Yeah, the little kind of thing right there with their head kind of going down slightly right there. Right here. Then right there. Love that move right there. It's nice. Love that kind of, you feel me, them going out. That kind of reminds me of the choreo they have for butterflies as well, right? How they kind of go out one by one to that right there. The one by one kind of going up right there. It's nice. Nice. They kind of, you know, going out on the other side there. Just kind of controlling that right there in the middle. Really, really love how June hits this right here. Even a little turn, very, very smooth as well. Like the arm movements as well, very kind of flowy arm kind of things. If you see like how their arms are going, and the little kind of step, I love how they're doing that. Kind of like they're doing a little model walk right here, and going into that, it's very, very nice. They hit that so smoothly. Love how June hits this in the middle right here. Kind of, you know how she hits that, really nice. And again, very, very, very smooth as well. How they're switching formation right there. But even right there, bro, the little hop and then the, you know, the hand movement they do, man. This is, you know, this is a different kind of choreo from the other ones. Yeah. See the little hop they do right there. They hop. Did they hop like 3 times, I think? And they land on the same time each time, bruh. And then even you feel me, the little kind of hand thing they do that kind of goes with that kind of, you know, the melody right there that they sing. They still do like a in the slow movement going with that, right? You know, just my type. Even that very, very in sync right there. Love how they do that. Oh, this right here. So I love the changes they do with this last kind of choreo as well, making the choreo more interesting, right? Adding more moments right there. Nice. Even that last little thing right there. And they do the kind of, you know, little hand thing with the arm, you know, on this part right here. And I love, you feel me, I love this look as well. This whole formation, it's very, very symmetrical right here. There, you know, you got 3 kind of facing this way. It's very mirrored right there. Then you got the 1 down kind of doing that. It's a really, really nice formation, right? Especially for 8 members right there. I think that's a very, very nice kind of ending formation. Yeah, really nice kind of pose. Yeah, even them doing our arms going out right there, bro. It looks like they're programmed. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, it looks like they're programmed to like move so in sync right there. That's how good their in syncness is. It's actually crazy. Yeah, they killed the frick out of that. Bro. I love this choreo. You know. I love this song just in general, right? So that definitely adds on to my enjoyment of everything. But this choreo is just, it's definitely it, 100%. I love how everything went on this one. I know I did a lot of pausing and talking about certain parts. Of course, I do that all the time. So if you're new, you feel me, you know, it might be a little unexpected, but just a lot of nice things in the choreo. Definitely loved how they performed it and stuff like that. I think they do really nice with just the whole movements and everything. I think that, you know, the people that choreographed it did a good job with how, I guess, to switch off member to member. I think they do it really smoothly, right? And I think, you know, Hearts2Hearts does a good job with pulling that off and stuff like that. You know, certain moves, you feel me, going with the sound and the songs as well. Very, very nice kind of things that would go, like, you know, with kind of certain percussion kind of sounds. And then, you know, certain sounds going with, like, you know, the melody, like that just my type or something like that. You know, the little kind of hand movement they do right there, the little kind of, you know, thing they do with their body as well, you feel me, slowing down on that, you know, when they sing type right there, like that whole thing, and how they, you know, changed it for that last chorus, but still having like the same kind of movement and rhythm of whether, you know how they're doing that. I really like that 100%. So yeah, really enjoyed Hearts2Hearts style dance practice today. 100%. Tell me what you guys thought about Hearts2Hearts Hearts style dance practice, you know, the whole choreo. Tell me what your favorite part of everything was. You know, what did you like, what did you not like, all that. Definitely would like to hear your opinion. I have reacted to some performances that they've done of this song on my Patreon if you guys want to see my reaction to that. Definitely stay tuned for more Hearts to Hearts reactions to come when they do release more things. I will definitely be checking it out. They, you know, really good when it comes to the, you know, the music sound and the dance and everything. It's just really entertaining overall. So yeah, 100%. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.